not just about you either. It was Osiris, the Lord of the Black. And when he died, this is not just about you either. It was Osiris, the Lord of the Black. Never forget. And that song is set. Who was doing COINTELPRO? Psychologists and shrinks though. I'm Haru, they're just a hoe. Pussy weeklies, I'm the pro.
Before I prove my point definitively, I want you to keep in mind two things. One, that the martial arts combo you just saw was from June 2nd, 2016. I was covertly drugged, and I had to naturally increase my focus through mental exercises. Number two, that my research is not funded by any big corporation. I'm not part of any political group, but I am the man with the highest standard of honor, and shame on anyone from the mental health community who would compare their honor to mine. That is an outrage and a disgrace. Thank you. I realize that atheists and feminists and gays are like little children with complexes that need things to be proven beyond any doubt before they admit them publicly, especially if they are some of the people who are doing the activities in question. So, at first I'm going to show you from Wikipedia itself, and then I'm going to show you some of the comments and notes from one of my last freestyle poems, and the highlighted parts are the parts I will read and explore. So basically, Cameron would put people into a drug-induced coma, or a drug-induced state of mind is another way to look at it, while playing tape loops of noise or simple repetitive statements. His experiments were typically carried out on patients who had entered the Institute for minor problems, such as anxiety disorders and postpartum depression, many of whom suffered permanently from his actions. Now, when you go down to 16 or 17 of the list of the goals of MKUltra, you get a knockout pill which can surreptitiously be administered in drinks, food, cigarettes, as an aerosol, etc. Those of you who have been watching my videos for a long time, you know that the covert drugging started when I found white substances in my marijuana that, back in I think 2012, I'm about 2 years sober from marijuana now, by the way, which didn't belong, and I recorded that on my Wu Chan channel, I believe it was. Then it went on to foods and drinks, and I have some of the drinks here still, waiting for an honest person to test them. Not even the perps are willing to test them, not even to play stupid about it, and that's kind of interesting. But anyway, play stupid about it and make it seem like I'm crazy, right? But anyway, considering that the aerosol, the vapors, or the fumes, or the gassing has been proven when I covertly recorded my mother, I guess they simply just don't want to go down in history as complete traitors who went above and beyond the call of duty on behalf of the government and playing stupid. So anyway, moving on. Headed by Sidney Gottlieb, the MKUltra project was started on the order of CIA Director Alan Welsh Doles on April 13th, 1953. The same month as April Fools, right? Trying to play people as fools is part of the goal. But anyway, its aim was to develop mind-controlling drugs for use against the Soviet bloc, largely in response to alleged Soviet, Chinese, and North Korean use of mind control techniques on U.S. prisoners. Keep in mind, this is similar to the claims of ISIS brainwashing Americans and Westerners and people all over the world through social media and the deep web. Also, keep in mind that April is also the month of Hitler's birthday in 7 days from April 13th. Moving on. 44 American colleges or universities, 15 research foundations or chemical or pharmaceutical companies, including Sandoz and Eli Lilly and Company, which has connections to Bush, by the way. 12 hospitals or clinics, in addition to those associated with universities. And 3 prisons are known to have participated in MKUltra. So this shows everything I'm saying about the gang stalking. There's a big network of people who are willing to do covert operations on behalf of the government and whoever may be behind the government, other than the obvious political groups and big corporations. The program consisted of some 149 sub-projects which the agency contracted out to various universities, research foundations, and similar institutions. At least 80 institutions and 185 private researchers participated. I believe I do not have to explain to you that research foundations are also called think tanks, and they consist of Ivy League school people. Just because someone's a nerd doesn't mean they have morals or values. Doesn't mean that they won't plot to violate your civil rights and human rights. In fact, it means they probably will do just that. Going on, it says, his treatments resulted in victims' incontinence, amnesia, and forgetting how to talk. Going on to, now we're about to wrap this up soon. A material which will cause mental confusion was one of their goals. Another one was substances which will lower the ambition and general working efficiency of men when administered in undetectable amounts. Substances which promote weakness was another one, or distortion of the eyesight or hearing facilities. A knockout pill which can surreptitiously be administered. Okay, I went over that. So that's it for now. Now I'm going to play you some old clips that prove my point, and one new clip that was in late May 2016 that I haven't released yet, showing that the cyber attacks continue. It's continuous drugging, prank calls, trolling with repetitive messages like, oh, you're not really the best, or, you need to take your medicine, things that we know are nonsensical. So before I play these last 3 clips, actually, I want to ask all the atheists, the feminists, the Satanists, the worst criminals, the LGBT community, the racists, and the eugenicists. Now that I have proven this beyond any doubt, and I live in the same region where MKUltra almost entirely took place, the main programs, Operation Midnight Climax in the San Francisco area and what have you. But also this was across the nation. But this was the main center of MKUltra. Will you now concede my point that I am a victim of government harassment, or will you continue to prove beyond any doubt that you will side with the government no matter how many people they covertly drug, murder, and rape? Remember, several people are known to have died, including Frank Olson from MKUltra. So will you continue to side with all the people you pretend to be against, while you pretend it is religious people who, in fact, would never have taken part in this because of their morals? Will you pretend that you are with the people, or will you have the honor, which your philosophies apparently lack, and obviously lack, and I've asserted that they lack for quite some time, morality and true honor and so on. Will you stand with the people? Will you admit where you're wrong? Will you admit that your philosophies have allowed you to do this? Or will you continue to play stupid on behalf of big corporations that have been pushing your movements for decades now, at least? Now, without any further ado.
My chest too, at your room. I think you should go to Oakley's and let me see what Oakley's room is. Oakley's room's a lot better. Maybe you should just move out and take the other room. And keep that room for, I don't know, but don't sleep in there, for God's sake. Because that room is just horrible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something wrong with it. I don't know what it is. I can't see it. It could be some gold hidden under, hidden somewhere. Could be I don't know. Because whatever it is, it's not smelly.
So, did that atheist guy really tell you to provoke me to go to the psych ward?
Yes.
Alright, so I have 4 questions for you real fast. You know, how long have you known me, would you say?
14 years.
Alright, do you think that I need psychiatric medication or psychiatric help?
No. We've been friends for 14 years.
Okay, so I realize most of you are not as tech savvy as I am. So without clicking any of these links, because some of them are questionable, and even the ones that Norton claims to approve may also be questionable. But you see right here, it says, remote cell phone hijacking software allows you, even lets you remotely control the target's cell phone. So part of the harassment is that these people are remotely controlling my cell phone, and it only happens when I am at home. Okay?
Look at that. I'm not touching that shit. That's them.
This is at the end of
Once
May.
again, I got you motherfuckers on record like the bitches you are, typing in shit.
Like the bishop. Notice
You never see no
the
typing
reflection.
in shit. We see
One hand's
redirecting.
on the
When they
camera.
redirect you, they redirect you.
One hand's
They
on
don't
the
move your
sofa.
screen up and down. They don't do this type of shit they're doing.
That is exactly
I got
what
these motherfuckers on record yet again. You know, so
what they're doing is
really
very
see
illegal.
they're
Very
clicking
illegal.
shit. Like, what the fuck is this shit got to do with anything? Templates.
It's a federal offense.
Okay.
The
Are you trying to
law
talk about
enforcement
the personal finance?
is complicit with.
Talk about my money? Yeah, I'm not a rich cocksucker who sold out to the New World Order. What's your point? You understand me? You old big brother motherfuckers. You're probably listening through the cell phone too.
I don't know, but probably.
You know, I really don't give a fuck either way.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. So that's all you got for now?
Someone drugged the food in her home and returned later to rape her.
I know something happened to me because a woman knows.
She filed a report and was briefly hospitalized with signs of sexual assault. Dr. Hall says what Verbeth describes is known as gang stalking. Police reports indicate there was a rape reported in 2007 in the same quad of condos where one of Dr. Hall's girlfriends supposedly lived. San Antonio police say the condo rape remains under investigation, and Bexar County detectives say Verbeth's assault remains open as well.
Rapists. The cops are rapist collaborators, helping the military with psych ops. And then there's a bunch of intelligence agency scum that should be shot.
Santa Cruz Police Lieutenant Larry Richards said police are becoming more aware of gang stalking because of cyberbullying. But what is gang stalking? Basically, the victims could be driving their car or talking on their phones or walking the streets when a group of people try to systematically terrorize them.
Someone drugged the food in her home and returned later to rape her.
But recently the house was purchased by some unusual owners.
It is intimidating.
Intimidating, says Stockton Mayor Ann Johnson, because the city manager lives right next door, and because the house was bought by the Stockton Police Officers Association. The same day, contract talks broke down.
Out of all the homes under foreclosure in the city of Stockton, they picked the one right next to the city manager, and they offered full price for it.
Since then, Johnson says city manager Bob Dice has endured construction noise on the 4th of July and watched as the trees lining his backyard were cut down. If this is a real estate investment by the union, county records show it's the only one. A complaint filed by the city claims a pattern of abuse against Dice. In the most recent incident, the city manager claims somebody put a bumper sticker on his car, showing a little boy peeing on a pair of dice.